as we was talking about on the live video just now, I keep getting these gusts. It'll be still like 2 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden it'll be like a 16 mile an hour gust like that. That's wild. Alright. Let's go take a look. So these roofs right here, which I won't be doing it with something like this race roof, but they're about to be repairing this whole, all the roofs, all the gutters, updating, all kind of stuff here in this place. This place is big, as you can see. This is just a little analog, but see how the trees be looking in Georgia? That's pretty. Yeah, I'm northwest of Atlanta right now. Like you can probably see Atlanta if I want to. Either way, we ain't gonna try that with a little tiny, 16 gram tiny loop that I spent a lot of time on. Whoa, there's that wind. See, it was less wind up there. You don't see that? Wow. Yeah, these are Appalachian Mountains. I mean, I don't know if you can tell it with the analog camera up there, but where's all the mountains? But they're there. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird how it don't look that way. When you start trying to go places and drive, you'll know you're on mountain hills and stuff. I mean, this is the foothills, this is the bottom of it, but this is the beginning of the Appalachian Mountains. Alaska, y'all look it up on the map, Alaska. Cherokee County, named after the Cherokee Indians. Oh man, they're racing out there tonight too. I need to go, I think, I might go to the car meet tonight. The reason I don't go is because, I created that Barrett Parkway car scene in Kennesaw, Georgia. Me and like 4 friends. I mean, it was my idea, and we called it Barrett Parkway Car Scene. Y'all can still go check out the antique Facebook and MySpace page on it, still active and all that stuff. I got the president of Latin Low Car Club managing those old accounts. People still, hit us up every now and then for old videos from back in the day, back in the Fast and Furious Part 1 and Tokyo Drift days, and the lowrider hoppers still, we kind of, all that, they kind of got brought together. I can't say it was my doing or anything like that. I'm not looking for no credit, even though if you hear from anybody else, they'll probably say something of the nature. But what happened was, the lowrider scene, which was pretty vast in Atlanta, at least it's almost as big as Houston, Texas, really. I mean, we have Obsessions, we got Latin Low, we got Imperials, and we got, I can just go on, and I ain't trying to leave nobody out. That's why I'm not trying to say nobody, because I'm not going to leave 20 clubs, especially lowrider clubs, out of what I'm saying, but y'all get the point. Y'all drop a comment down there, everybody from all the clubs, and y'all can show everybody what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is I ain't about to seclude nobody out of the conversation, but the tuners and everything kind of came together. The Ford and the Chevy guys kept beefing, but everybody else seemed to chill. And Dodge, they just kind of Mopar. But they stopped saying that, Mopar, no power kind of joke. Anyways, there was a great peace in the car scene in the Atlanta area. After 2008-ish, 7. But originally started the Barrett Parkway car meetups in 1999-ish, 98. In 98, I went up there with a homeboy who's now a police officer for a living, and lost touch with him, but there was a bunch of bikes up there, and then I knew people already tuning cars and doing stuff, and my cousin, he raced SCCA, he raced the CRX, and he raced that back in the, he started in like 88, and he went on all the way to like 2000, my cousin, but anyway, before the Fast and the Furious movie came out in 02, I think, we were already having car meets. I mean, they came and interviewed a lot of us before that part 1 of Fast and the Furious came out. and that has a lot to do with, you know, the movie, because they interviewed us, they interviewed people in Tennessee, Texas, you know, Nashville, and a lot of people up in New York and Jersey, you know, because they have Jersey had the car meets and you know, street races. I'm talking about street races, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to leave that out. But there's two aspects of the car scene, and you got the people who, you know, park and, you know, just look cool. Hard parking is what we call it. And then you got the people who actually got racing stuff in their car. You know, I'm using that layman's terms for the watchers. You know, I could say, you know, they got a built motor, you know, with Toyota cams and like the Nissan guys, you know, they would have certain specific stuff. The Honda guys specific stuff. But, you know, I had a dry shot on my team cam back in 2001, and I'll try to drop some pictures real quick right here of it that I have from back in the day that I dug up. Y'all get to see a picture of what I looked like when I was 21 years old. I think y'all be kind of surprised to see that the Lord Jesus has kept me well and kept me healthy and young looking. I mean, I say healthy, but what I really mean is he kept me young looking. Like he did Moses, I believe. You know, that meteor's acting funny. Let's look at this. It's acting strange. Hey, how many of y'all pilots duck when y'all come under something real short like this? You duck anyway? It's just... Yeah, I don't got no bent prop. Why is this thing whistling? It's whistling funny. Maybe it's just the wind. I don't know. I kind of wish I was live. You know what? To my homeboy in Whoop group, I don't mean I call you homeboy, but I don't know you. But I know you, but I don't know you. And that's kind of how it is in the FPV community. But I was going to say something about what you said about going live, you know, and what to do on that, you know. It doesn't seem to be too necessary, but it would have been cool if I could go live and put the feed in there, but it's complicated. You got to have all kind of crap. I mean, other people are going to say it's complicated for me and a few of us, and I ain't too prideful to say, you know, this electronic stuff, yeah, I'm savvy with it, but some of it, you know, it is hard. I mean, it gets done, thank God. Tonight I got to go on beta flight, bust out the high-powered mini fan. Man, I'm going to drop a link about this mini fan I found at Walmart. I think anybody who's in FPV, y'all go to Walmart, I hope they got them, and just look, and you'll know what I'm talking about. They got a new fan, and it's little, and it blows strong, and it'll keep your stuff cool if you got to stay on beta flight for a while, even though, you know, there is still a time limit on beta flight, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to wrap it up. I don't even know if I'm going to put this in the video or not, but if I do it because I love y'all, and I ain't afraid to be mean in front of you guys. Either way. Let's go see if Slacker's online yet. You see that big giant bird? Let's see if my camera ain't that great. Man, my cousin's got one of them Google Pixel Pro, whatever. It'd be interesting, but I'm not trying to say like I gotta have it, but like if I could show y'all these are actually vultures. They're that's what the grandma calls them, buzzards. But you know, they are like vultures. They don't got no butthole. I forget what they call those kind of birds. There's a name, and we learned it in 9th grade, but I forget. Anyways, y'all stay charged up.